Hi, my name is Daniel Gottschall. I'm with the Mathematics Learning Resource Center, and this is my first video on the equation of an ellipse. Okay, so I started by writing that equation. So why should this even look like an ellipse, which hopefully you've seen looks like an oval? Well, for a second, let's assume b equals a. Then I can rewrite what we have as x minus h squared plus y minus k squared all over a squared is 1. Multiplying both sides by a squared, I get that. And if you see my videos on the equation of a circle, you'll see this is a circle centered at h comma k with radius length a. And indeed, what we have at the top actually is an ellipse centered at h comma k. Of course, it doesn't have a fixed radius. Uh, but let's say then, okay, so we know it's centered at h comma k, but we need a little more information to put it on the graph, to graph it on the xy plane, I mean. Uh, so how would we do that? Well, it turns out you can always get 4 easy points, and we do that by letting, we get 2 of the points by letting x equal h. Then what I would have h minus h squared for a squared plus y minus k squared over b squared, b1. This is going to go to 0 because I have h minus h in the top. So I'm just left with my minus k squared over b squared is 1. I multiply both sides by the b squared. Take the square root of both sides. And being sure to include the plus minus on one of the sides so I get both points. And then move the k over. Okay, so this gives me the 2 points 0, comma, k plus or minus b. And then the other 2 points we would get by letting y equal k. And if you did the algebra, it's very similar to what I did, just with the x's instead of the y's. You would get the 2 points h plus or minus a, comma, 0. You can check that for yourself if you want. Okay, so we know these 4 points are going to be on any ellipse centered at h comma k, and sure enough, as I drew below, they are. So on the left, we have the case where where a is greater than b. Uh, so it looks like a horizontal ellipse, and on the right, I have the case the b is greater than a, which makes it look like a vertical ellipse. But notice either case, I have the 4 points calculated above. Uh, so on the left, it's these 4 points, and similarly on the right, the same 4. Uh, okay, so given those 4 points, then you can sort of sketch the oval from there, as I did, to get the rough graph.